Hey, quick question. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get richer just by breathing, while the rest of us grind paycheck to paycheck and still feel broke? I used to think rich people just made more money or got lucky. Then I started studying how they actually use the money they have. The difference isn't luck or a bigger salary. It's totally different rules. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because once you see these 8 shifts, you'll never look at your own money the same way again. And the best part? You can start using them today, even if you're starting from zero. Rich people don't work for money. They make their money work hard for them. Most of us wake up, trade our time for a paycheck, pay bills, and hope something is left at the end of the month. It's exhausting and limiting. They flipped the entire equation. Instead of asking, how can I earn more? They constantly ask, how can this dollar earn more dollars while I sleep? That small mindset change is massive. They buy or build assets that generate cash flow, rental properties, businesses, dividend stocks, or even online systems that sell while they're on vacation. Picture this. You spend $30,000 on a new car that starts losing value the moment you drive it off the lot. Meanwhile, someone else uses that same $30,000 as a down payment on a small duplex. The tenants pay the mortgage, and extra cash hits their account every month. Same money, opposite direction. One quietly steals your wealth, the other quietly builds it. The moment you start thinking in cash-flowing assets instead of earned income, your whole financial life begins to feel lighter. Opportunities you never noticed before suddenly appear everywhere because your brain is now trained to spot them. They are obsessed with collecting assets and avoiding liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. Rich people run every single purchase through this simple filter before they buy. Your daily coffee habit or that shiny new phone might feel small, but over years those liabilities add up and quietly drain your potential. They choose differently. They'd rather buy equipment for a side business or shares in a company that pays them dividends than upgrade to a more expensive apartment just to impress people. I had a friend earning a solid salary who still felt broke every month. We sat down, listed everything he owned, and realized most of it was sucking cash. He started selling and used stuff, cut a few subscriptions, and redirected that money into index funds and a small vending machine route. 18 months later, he had created his first real asset column that paid him even on days he did nothing. The income didn't change, his choices did. You don't need thousands to begin. Start tiny. Buy 1 share of a dividend stock. Create a simple digital product. Rent out your spare room on weekends. Every small asset you add is like planting a tree. A few years from now, you'll be thankful you started when it was uncomfortable. They use debt as a powerful tool instead of a dangerous trap. Most people borrow to feel good right now. New cars, vacations, clothes they don't need. Rich people almost never do that. They borrow to buy things that increase in value or produce income. This is what good debt looks like. They might take a loan to buy an apartment building where the rent from tenants more than covers the monthly payment plus maintenance. The bank's money is now working to build their wealth. Over time, the property appreciates, and the debt gets paid down by someone else. Bad debt feels like chains. You pay interest for memories or status that fade fast. They avoid it completely. They live below their means on purpose, so they can use borrowed money only when the math clearly works in their favor. The freedom comes when you master this. Debt stops controlling you and starts serving you. It becomes leverage that accelerates your journey instead of slowing it down with stress and payments. They invest heavily in themselves because they know it gives the highest return. While many people spend money to escape their problems, streaming services, eating out, gadgets, rich people spend on skills, knowledge, and experiences that make them worth more in the marketplace. A few $100s on a good course about sales, negotiation, or marketing can easily return thousands or even tens of thousands in extra income. They treat their brain like the most important asset they own. There's a guy I know who was stuck making $45,000 a year in a dead-end job. He invested in learning Facebook ads and copywriting at night. Within 2 years, he was running campaigns for local businesses and clearing over $12,000 a month. The investment looked expensive at the time. Looking back, it was the cheapest money he ever spent. The trick is being selective. Don't learn everything. Learn the skills that solve expensive problems for people right now. Targeted self-investment compounds faster than almost any stock. They build multiple streams of income, so they're never dependent on just one. Having one job is like drinking from a single tap. If that tap gets turned off, you're in trouble. Rich people create many taps: rentals, dividends, online businesses, royalties, partnerships, consulting. This setup gives them incredible peace of mind. When one stream slows down, the others keep flowing. It also lets them take smarter risks because they're not gambling their entire livelihood. My friend Sarah has rental income from 2 properties, dividends from investments, sales from her online course, and profit from a small e-commerce brand. When her regular job got shaky during tough times, she barely felt it. The other streams carried her. You don't need 10 streams next month. Start simple. Keep your main job and add one side income that can grow. Nurture it consistently. Over the years, those extra streams become your safety net and your rocket fuel. They think in years and decades, while most people think about this month's bills. Rich people are obsessed with the power of compound interest and patience. They know time is the one resource you can't buy more of, so they use it wisely. Putting aside even a modest amount every month at a reasonable return can turn into a serious fortune over 15 or 20 years. They start as early as possible and never stop. They also resist the urge to upgrade their lifestyle every time their income rises. That gap between what they earn and what they spend becomes their future freedom. I've watched people stay in modest homes and drive average cars for years while quietly building serious wealth. Then one day they have options most people only dream about: early retirement, starting a foundation, traveling freely. The waiting wasn't suffering. It was strategic. The long game feels slow at first, but once the numbers start growing, it becomes exciting. You'll check your accounts with a smile instead of anxiety. They surround themselves with sharp, ambitious people and leverage other people's time and talent. Rich people don't try to be Superman. They build teams, hire experts, and partner with others who are better in certain areas. Your network becomes one of your biggest assets. They deliberately spend time with people who are ahead of them, through masterminds, events, or even simple coffee conversations. Those relationships often lead to deals, advice, and opportunities that no amount of solo grinding could create. Instead of asking, "How can I do this alone?" they ask, "Who can help me do this better and faster?" That question changes everything. They might hire a virtual assistant for $500 a month that frees up 20 hours of their time they use to create way more value. The right circle pulls you forward. The wrong one keeps you comfortable and broke. Invest in relationships the same way you invest in stocks. The returns can be life-changing. They eventually use money to buy freedom, time, and impact instead of just more stuff. After a certain point, rich people get tired of buying things. The real thrill becomes designing a life they actually love. More time with family, pursuing passions, and making a difference. They give money strategically too. Smart giving can create tax advantages, strengthen networks, and bring deep personal fulfillment that fuels even better decisions. It's not just about being generous. It's about using money as a tool for meaning. At the end of the day, they see money as a servant, not the master. It exists to give them choices and the ability to help others, not to chase an endless scoreboard of luxury items. You don't need to be a millionaire yet to adopt this mindset. Start today by picking just one of these 8 ideas. Track your assets this week. Open that first investment account. Learn one new high-income skill. Cut one bad debt. Whatever feels doable, do it. Small consistent changes in how you use money will completely reshape where you end up in 5 or 10 years. You already have everything you need to begin. The only real question is whether you'll actually do it. Which of these 8 ideas hit you the hardest? Drop in the comments. I read every single one and reply when I can. If this video gave you a new perspective, share it with a friend who needs to hear this message. Hit that like button so YouTube shows it to more people who are ready to change their money story. I'll see you in the next one. Now go make your money work harder than you do. Take care.